Back to another episode of Lost in the Farmer's Market Garden Shorts, and we are filming from the lab with this lovely specimen before you. Now, what is this? Oh, look at those leaves. Such a pattern, and that little red dot where the petiole meets the leaf is interesting too. Well, the scientific name of this plant is Caladium. I do not have a specific epithet because I couldn't find one for this particular variety. However, its particular variety is called Frog in a Blender. Yeah, I know, that's one heck of a name, and with leaves like this, I mean, who's going to deny it? Caladiums belong to the Araceae family, which also includes things like the taro, which is commonly called the elephant ear, though caladiums are also called elephant ear. Before you eat anything, folks, make sure you check and you know absolutely what you've got. Now anyway, this particular species of caladiums is endemic to South and Central America, which makes it a New World plant and technically a kinda sorta native, seeing as how it is hardy in USDA zones 9 through 12. And there it is considered a tropical perennial because it is a tropical looking plant that is a perennial. In 3 through 7, unfortunately, it is considered an annual, and the test gardens are out here in very, very heat advisory sunny zone 8A, which is fine. I mean, we do this every summer in the Carolinas. But anyway, it's considered an annual here, so you will have to bring it in for the winter, and you better believe with it looks like this plant's coming in for the winter. Now, where I'm going to store it, I have enough clue, but I'll figure that out later. Anyway, it prefers a soil pH range of 6.1 to 7.3, which is decent. Its exposure is full sun to partial shade. However, I brought this into the lab because the full sun right now was making it kind of look bleached out, but in the lab, it is fabulous. No, but I had it out in full sun and it was doing just fine. I mean, you don't see any real signs of scorching here. Its height can be 2 to 3 feet and its width can be 2 to 4 feet. It is also known as elephant ear. Those common names can get you guys. Heart of Jesus. It always goes back to the Bible. And angel wings. I'm not seeing any of these. I mean, it's not blood red, but I guess maybe the original specimen maybe was a blood red color and the leaves were more heart-shaped. I don't know. I'm not seeing the angel wings either because this does not look wing-shaped to me, but this is a cultivar of a cultivar of a cultivar, so who knows what the original plants look like when they were first encountered. Anyway, caladiums have numerous variegations, and in fact, the best part about them is that if you have a color or variegation preference, caladiums are your plant. Guarantee it, 100%. They are your plant. They come in all kinds of shades of red, pink, white mixtures. There's even black caladiums that are so deep green that they look black. It's amazing. I think there are even ones that verge into purple, but I'm not entirely sure. Now, let's take a top down for a moment. The thing about Caladium bulbs is that they may or may not overwinter in zone 8A or B. So if you're going to grow this in the ground, you're going to have to put on at least several inches of something like pine straw mulch, and you're going to have to make sure it's near stonework so the soil doesn't completely freeze. And even then, it's an iffy proposition. The closer to 9 you get, the better results you'll have. If you can mimic zone 9, you might pull it off, but I would recommend bringing these in for the winter. Now, there is one piece of cultural care that I need to mention, and that is that you should always remove flowers, as they will reduce bulb survival because the plant will be trying to put all of its energy into the flower and not into growing the bulb. And if you want to preserve this plant for next year, the bulb needs to survive. Additionally, and unfortunately some of the outtakes are not included in this, but caladiums are poisonous. They're dangerous to dogs, cats, rabbits, horses, and small children. And unfortunately, Mischief, the moment I brought this in, went, salad, and I had to fight him off because he was trying to eat my caladium. This is a trend. Now, you know, I brought in a mint plant a few minutes ago, and he was up in that too, and he has the freshest breath ever. But that's beside the point. Yes, I'm talking about you. Anyway, there was I don't know if you heard it, there was a guilty off screen there. But anyway, so why do you want caladiums in your yard? Well, they do for sun what coleus does for shade. They are annual effectively in our climate, and so therefore you can replace them and have a different splash of color every year with a plant whose properties and characteristics are fairly predictable. They don't really get diseases. They don't have insect problems, really. I mean, something really had to go wrong for them to get sick. The only thing they don't tolerate is constantly having wet soil. I mean, you can't have it all, I suppose. But beyond that, they are a fabulous choice for any garden, anywhere. So, if you folks have any interesting tips or tricks for growing caladiums, I'd love to hear them in the comments section. What caladiums are you growing? Out here in Zone 8A, this was the best one I could see, and out of a crowd of other frog in a blenders in other colors, this one screamed out to me. I mean, look at it. It looks like it was explosively graffitied. Still, as always, folks, if you like the content of this episode, please hit like. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We're trying to get to that 500 mark. And in the description for this video, at the bottom, you will find a link to our blog. We're covering forage foods that you can eat. So there are weeds out there, you know, and related species and other stuff like that. So, as always, folks, keep them growing. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think of the video.